Okay, I'm going to go over prime factorization. Okay, and a couple of things I'm going to do is show you what's been done. I'm going to show you my method, which is slightly different. One thing you do have to know, and you start learning it in how would you say sixth grade, is the divisibility rules. Probably should learn it back in fifth grade, but it's the same thing. If it ends in an even, you can divide by two. If the sum is divisible by three, it's three, right? And I think that these are the two most important ones, and five. The rest of them are piecemeals of those things. But for doing primary factorization, you got to know this one, and definitely this one. And the rest are kind of made up of those, right? Just kind of letting you know. So let's grab a number. I'm going to show you the two different methods they have for doing this, and then I'll show you what I consider my new and improved. It's always about new and improved. One's a factor tree. I'm kind of not going to do the factor tree because I think it's extra writing. And the other was a division method. Okay. So they do this and this. Mine's kind of like a merge of these two. So you might find this a lot more fun to do. Right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab my number here, 495. I'm going to show you how I would do this. Okay. So I grab 495. First of all, is it divisible by two? No. How about three? Well, this is 13. This is 18. It could be divided by three, but I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go right to five because it ends in a five. So I'm going to go five over here, and the other part would be 99. Okay, that's the low hanging fruit. I see it ends in a five, has to be a five. Okay, and I'll be honest, I'm just following this down here. But this is what you go to the next step. It would be three. This would be 33, and then it would go three, and it'd be 11. Now you have only prime numbers. And what you do is you make a hockey stick. It goes down and it goes over. All right. So my prime factors are three. Whoa, put that back. Boom. Is three times five times 11. I guess I kind of wrote that in the wrong order, but it's the same as three squared times five times 11 would equal 495. Now you can see how I kind of follow this, right? This. I skipped a step. I just find it to be extra work. Why would I write this down if I don't have to, right? A bigger example is actually going straight to this, right? And let's look at your homework, okay? And you can see how these things work much nicer, right, for doing this thing right here. Um, this one you can figure out on your own. Is it prime or composite? And basically, you're using your divisibility rules. Can you divide by two, divide by three, or divide by five? Is pretty much going to give you an answer for any one of these things in here. But this one's easy. You just multiply them and you're going to get your answer, right? The idea is not to use a calculator because we don't use it on this section, right? And but this is where you get down to doing some factor trees. Okay, I'm going to grab 1100 as my example. All right. So for 1100, first thing I do is I'm going to look at this thing. Okay. And I know since it ends in zero, it can be divided by two. It'd be two, right? And my answer would be 550. Okay. And I just always cut it in half if it's even. If I cut it in half again, it'd be two, right? And then it's 275, right? Once I end in five like this, I'm going to definitely divide by five, be five times 55, right? And I'm doing fast math in my head. You may not be able to do it. I mean, that's the reason why we're doing it this way. Trying to find, okay, five goes into 27 five times, two left over, and goes five. Yeah, that's how I'm doing this, all right? Last one would be five, and they end up with an 11. So my prime factors would be two. Since I have two of them, I go two square. And then I have five. I have two of those, I go five squared. And then I end up with 11. Now, the fancy thing about this, once again, it looks like a hockey stick. Look, it's all the way down, right? And then it goes over. I call it the hockey stick method. Seems to work for me. All right. With that, hopefully this makes sense. And then obviously, this is one of the items for homework. It should be review. It's just a different method for doing it.